Hi, my name is Angela Gunder, and I'm the Chief Academic Officer of the OLC. And I'm just so delighted to be here with you today to talk about an aspect of partnering with the OLC that is very close to my heart. So, when I think about the importance of meaningful partnerships in my work helping our community advance access to education, I always come back to one of the oldest and most powerful tools for building understanding, fostering connection, and instantiating change, and that's storytelling. Joan Didion once said that we tell our stories in order to live. And the same goes for our work. By sharing the stories of the challenges that we face, our vision for the future, and the successes and lessons learned that we've collected along the way. When used within the context of digital learning, narrative practices help us engage our audience, and that includes our students, our colleagues, and our prospective collaborators in socially constructed sense-making. These narrative digital learning practices are hallmark to the work that the OLC engages our community in, and our hope is that by sharing an example of how storytelling has helped us move the needle on ubiquitous challenges that we face as an organization, that you'll be inspired to share your story for the betterment of our community, our field, and our world. Though the questions that we seek to answer as a field are broad and far-reaching, the context for how individual communities address access to education are specific, unique, and socioculturally situated. Gaining insight into these differences was really important to us at the OLC, particularly in engaging cohorts of leaders from around the globe and thinking about how they might contribute to both local and international change. And knowing that our starting point should be in the collection of authentic stories, back in 2021, my colleagues Maddie Shelgren and Jonathan Lashley and I embarked on a journey to create a space and a mechanism to capture and amplify the stories of our colleagues from around the world. We designed a framework for helping educators to story their work, making education more accessible and equitable through online blended and digital learning. And both that framework, which is an open knowledge product, and the stories that folks collaborated on and then submitted were presented through the lens of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. This work was actually recognized by UNESCO at their World Higher Education Conference in 2022, which made us quite happy, and we were humbled to be honored in that way. In merely crafting a framework that served as a warm invitation to share wisdom and understanding, we ended up creating an inclusive space for transparency, authenticity, and boundless collaboration with the purpose of making room for us to change the world around us. And as individuals continue to share their stories on our website and using the framework, they open the door for reusing, recontextualizing, and remixing the ideas shared into new work, new services, new initiatives, and collaborations. We've extended this model to many of our events and initiatives outside of this initial work, and we use it to craft reports and playbooks that synthesize the stories of our community into emergent themes, and those themes then give us focus and direction for the work that we must prioritize and complete as a connected network. So as a closing call to action, and also as a warm invitation into the discussion that's going to be following my remarks, I want to highlight a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt. "You must do the thing you think you cannot do." When you think about the challenges in front of you, what are the things that you think you cannot do on your own? And by telling your story to the OLC community, how might that create space for us to collectively support you in changing the world around you?